everyone, Brady Krislewitz here from Keeper for a Cure, and today I'm going to be sitting down with Laura Trissel. Laura is a nurse practitioner at the Phillips Cancer Center, and today we are going to talk about the Phillips Cancer Center, how Keeper for a Cure is working with them, and to support programs like Keeper for a Cure are important for the Phillips Cancer Center. Laura, thank you for taking time to chat with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate your time coming on.
Absolutely.
Okay, Laura, let's hop into the first question I have for you. How long have you worked at the Phillips Cancer Center, and why did you choose this profession?
Yeah. So I've been an oncology nurse for the last 13 years and a nurse practitioner for the last 3 of those here at the Cancer Center at Martha Jefferson. I chose this profession. I guess I chose healthcare early on as a kid. I always thought I wanted to be a pediatrician. And that's how I entered college as a freshman, was in a pre-medicine program. And that summer after my freshman year, I actually started working in the hospital in my hometown and noticed that the time the nurses had with the patients and the work that they did is actually what I thought I wanted in a career. And so it took me a couple of years to actually figure that out, but I eventually switched to nursing, and I'm here 13 years later, still loving what I do.
That's cool. Is it cool to be a nurse, just a nurse in general, working at a hospital?
I do love it. Yeah, I've done a variety of settings. I worked in the hospital for a few years, and then probably for the last 10 years, I've worked strictly in outpatient cancer care. And that's really where my heart is. I just kind of love the extended time we have with patients, to be able to get to know them and their families and to walk through them in a really vulnerable time. It's a pretty nice gift to be able to give people.
That's really cool. What is special about the Phillips Cancer Center as it relates to breast cancer treatment?
Well, I'm really proud to work here with this team. We at Martha Jefferson have a nationally accredited breast cancer program, which basically just means that we meet the highest standards for what a cancer program should have and meet the metrics that people want to see in a program like this. And it's nice that all of our services are offered on a campus that's really accessible for patients and convenient for them to get their care. And one of the unique parts about Martha Jefferson that you'll hear if you spend any time here is our caring tradition, which basically just means that we give excellent care that's safe and personalized for patients, and we do it with the utmost compassion and respect and kindness. And so that's one thing that really drew me to Martha Jefferson, and one thing that I think really sets it apart. Our patients really notice that we care about them and give excellent care doing so.
Yeah, when I took the tour around the hospital, what really stood out to me is you took great care of your patients. There was amazing beds and stuff for them to sleep on, TVs. It was amazing how you guys treat, because you really care about your patients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're lucky to have such a beautiful facility here. So it's truly lovely.
Yeah, you guys really are lucky. It's beautiful up there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is support from programs like Keeper for a Cure important to the Cancer Center?
Yeah, we are so lucky at Martha Jefferson to have so many great people from the community supporting us and the work that we do. I think philanthropic support through Keeper for a Cure and also the Martha Jefferson Foundation allows us to offer a variety of services to our patients for support. So we are able to put on different community events to help people who maybe don't have access to such services. And also for patients, just as part of their routine care, we offer different rehab services and massages while they're here in the clinic. Just other support to them through our Cancer Resource Center that provides image recovery materials. All of those things are made by generous donations from people in the community and beyond.
So do the charity events and stuff, are they on TV and stuff to show people to donate to causes like Keeper for a Cure?
Yeah, so our marketing department loves to partner with people from the community to kind of get awareness out for people who are raising money. They also are very responsive if we have needs for certain programs that we'd like to offer and need some financial input to do those things. They'll work with the Martha Jefferson Foundation to get word out directly to donors about needs that we have. And we're so lucky that our community is really responsive to those needs and really quick to kind of answer the call when we put it out there. But yeah, publicizing our needs and getting them out, we've got resources to do that, and we're so appreciative for it.
Yeah, you guys, it's amazing what you guys do up there. This month is October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What does Breast Cancer Awareness Month mean to you?
I'm always glad to see women's health promoted. And so Breast Cancer Awareness Month for me is just a great opportunity to remind women about the importance of screening mammograms and taking care of their health. Early detection and intervention, especially in breast cancer, has really changed the way that we deliver care. And all of the funding that has come through the attention that Breast Cancer Awareness Month has garnered across the country and internationally has really given us treatments that have allowed us to cure more women from breast cancer and to help them get through treatment with more support. So it couldn't be more important to highlight awareness campaigns like this.
Yeah, because the most important thing about those women's health up there is, well, the most important thing is their health, because if their health isn't good, they're going to be sick, and then they're going to eventually have to take more treatments and stuff.
That's exactly right. Yeah, early detection. So much better to find a cancer when it's small and early, just starting, as opposed to down the line when it has maybe spread to other areas of the body. It can be more difficult to treat. So.
Mm-hmm. Can you share with me stories of some of the women you've helped and some women you've helped and how programs like Keeper for a Cure made a difference in their lives?
Yeah, I think one of the best examples of ways that we impact women's lives really comes in what we can offer after their cancer treatment. So certainly there's many things we can do throughout their treatment to help them through with side effects and managing kind of the day-to-day of treatment. But one of the unique programs we offer here is what we call our Cancer Rehabilitation and Renewal Program. And that is a completely free program offered to patients going through treatment and after treatment that pairs them with our physical therapist and clinical exercise specialist, and together they come up with an exercise plan that meets the needs of the patient. So oftentimes after treatment or during treatment, people will have more fatigue. They may have some changes to their mobility or their comfort level based on surgery. They may have balance trouble from some of the drugs that we give. And this rehab program works with people to kind of meet their goals and help get them back to what their bodies used to be and to live more comfortably and function the way they want to day to day. And it's kind of unique for a community hospital such as Martha Jefferson to have such a robust program like that. But we're happy to be able to offer it. And I've talked with patients after I refer them, and we are collecting some data to kind of measure the outcomes of this program. And we hear really great feedback that it's beneficial, it's good social support for patients, and then certainly their physical well-being and emotional outlook actually improves after participation.
Yeah, because your treatments and stuff help women get back on their feet and get back to their normal lives, correct?
Yeah, that's our goal. And sometimes it's a long road to get there, right? We, in a lot of cases, make them feel worse before we make them feel better. So anytime we can kind of jump in and support them at the completion of their treatment to get their bodies back and their normal energy back, we always want to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I understand your son plays soccer, and as you know, my mom is a nurse too. What does your son think about you and what you do?
Yes, I do have a son who's 7 years old, and he loves soccer. It's his favorite sport. And I would say he likes to play forward or midfield more, but really he just likes to touch the ball. So anywhere he can be where he can get after it, he's there. But yeah, he definitely knows that I'm a nurse, and we talk about how I spend my days helping people. So I think he's pretty proud of that, and it makes me feel good.
Yeah, I know I'm definitely proud of my mom. She's done some pretty amazing things to help a lot of people out.
Nurses are great.
I understand that money raised for programs like Keeper for a Cure funds the high risk breast cancer program at SMJH. What is the program about and who does it help?
Yeah, great question. So the high-risk breast cancer program is offered twice a year here. We hold, it's available to women who are either uninsured or underinsured, meaning that it's kind of too expensive for them to afford plans that are out there. And so we will, women sign up, it's promoted in the community in different ways so that women know to call. And when they call, our breast health navigator sets them up to come to this clinic, and they'll get basic blood work drawn, they'll have a clinical breast exam, and then they'll get their screening mammogram. And our nurse navigator follows up with them afterward if for some reason we need more diagnostic imaging, if there's something concerning on the mammogram. But it's a good free program available to the community for women to follow up with those important screening and surveilling exams that they may not have access to otherwise. And again, yeah, all funded through generous support of givers like you. So.
Yeah, because we're trying to donate to help people get screenings who don't have good insurance or don't have insurance at all. So we're helping to raise money so they can get screenings and different treatments to make them better.
That's right. And we're so appreciative of it.
Thanks. What is the free breast cancer screening clinic and why is that important to the community?
I'm sorry. I made that backwards for you.
No, it's fine.
I talked about the free breast screening clinic, and you asked me about the high-risk breast program. So let me go back to that.
Okay.
The high-risk breast program is really a part of our screening mammograms. And there's like an international tool or instrument that's kind of validated some questions that women answer based on their family history and other things that plug in this score that tells us whether they're at increased risk of at some point maybe developing a breast cancer. And so women who have a certain score that comes through on their screening mammogram automatically get referred to this high-risk breast program. And that's run by one of our nurse practitioners and our breast navigator. And the patients who are referred to that clinic are followed usually twice a year, again with an exam, and the nurse practitioner will help make sure that their imaging is set up at the intervals that they need, which sometimes is more frequently than your average woman. And if they need to refer for genetic counseling, they will make that available. And then other things that are covered are just talking about lifestyle and nutrition and exercise counseling to help people lower their risk or modify the risk that may be there. So again, yeah, high-risk breast program is another great service for women who need more closer surveillance.
So what is a breast navigator? I've heard you say it a few times, but what is it?
Yeah, great question. So a breast navigator or any kind of nurse navigator is an RN who's, it's usually delineated by specialty. So here at Martha Jefferson, we have a breast navigator, we have a head and neck nurse navigator, and a couple of others. So they're usually malignancy specific or disease specific. And that's a nurse who has more specialized knowledge in that particular type of cancer. And they help patients go through the process of diagnosis and treatment, and just check in with them at routine intervals to make sure that they're kind of coordinating their care with all of the different specialists who may be involved, and make sure they have what they need. It's just kind of another level of support for patients.
It's awesome what you guys are doing. It's sad to hear about women losing their hair when they're going through cancer treatment. How does charitable support help them?
Yeah, so losing your hair through chemotherapy can be a really personal thing. I think oftentimes it's one of the big changes to a woman's appearance or a person's appearance that kind of is obvious to everyone else, and that can be really hard. So we are fortunate here to have Marianne's Room, which is our resource center, and we're able to offer every patient that comes in a free wig or options for hats and scarves and other head coverings that they may choose. Another option is for scalp cooling, which is a procedure. You basically wear a cap on your head that has kind of like ice packs in it, and wear that for several hours during your treatment time. And it's been shown to either reduce or prevent hair loss associated with chemotherapy. So some people, and not all the drugs we give cause hair loss, but especially for breast cancer, a lot of those chemotherapy drugs do cause hair loss. And so it's a good option for women if they would like to keep their hair through treatment to wear these caps. And we are looking, there's a couple of companies that offer these cooling caps around the country, and we're partnering with one of those companies, hopefully here in the next few weeks, to be able to offer that in our center more streamlined for patients. So those are a few things that we do to address that.
Yeah, losing my hair that'd be devastating for me. It's like pretty much losing your identity.
Yeah, it's a huge part of people's appearance and personality, and something so close. So yeah.
Yeah, and when I was on the tour, they told me about the cap sessions, and they said it was $2,000 a session.
It can be very expensive, yeah. And so we're really grateful for, again, donations from the community and through the foundation to be able to help defray some of the cost to patients.
It's awesome. Is there anything else you want people to know about the Cancer Center SMJH?
It's just a really great place to work. I think it's also a great place to receive care. We really have an incredible team here. Our services are comprehensive and really robust, which you don't always find at community hospitals, but we are really lucky to be able to provide that. We've got great staff, starting with our administrative staff in the front office who keep us going. They do so much work behind the scenes to talk with patients and arrange appointments and set up imaging. They're lovely people to work with, and they're very helpful when patients call in on the phone with questions and things like that. Obviously, we have a really great set of physicians, and my other nurse practitioner colleague that works with me. We do a great job. We're accessible to patients and really, I think, deliver care compassionately, have a genuine interest in our patients and their families, and helping the experience to kind of be as positive and as affirming and supportive as it can be. Our nursing staff is great. They take their own time to invest in learning more about doing their work well, about the drugs that are coming out and keeping up to date. And so I couldn't recommend the program more. And I do think it's a thing that sets us apart and makes us unique. So
it's unique, definitely. Now, Laura, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I know that last year you had a goal and surpassed that. And so I'm curious some of your events and hopes for this year with Keeper for a Cure.
My hope for Keeper for a Cure this year is to go over my goal. I really want to help at least one woman get one of the cap sessions done so they don't end up losing their hair, because it's just so sad hearing, like, because I had a few family members who had breast cancer, and I think a few of them lost their hair from drugs and treatments and stuff, because it's just, like I said, it's losing your identity. Having hair, it shows your personality. It shows who you are as a real person.
Yeah, it's really, really great. I'm so grateful for your fundraising efforts. I'm also curious about your team a little bit. Have you been playing with the same group of kids for a while?
Well, I've been playing with the same teammates for about a year, 2 years now.
Okay, great.
This is my 3rd year for playing with the same club, though.
Okay, very good. And you travel around the state or beyond?
Sometimes beyond,
Okay.
but most of the time we travel around the state.
Okay, very good. Well, best of luck to you.
Oh, thanks. Sorry for cutting you off. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think that's it. It's really nice to talk with you.
Thanks. Laura, thank you for taking time to sit down and chat with me today about the Phillips Cancer Center. I really appreciate you and the work you are doing at the Phillips Cancer Center. Thank you to everyone tuning in and supporting Keeper for a Cure. To find out more about Keeper for a Cure and to find out how you can help support this season's campaign, please go to www.keeperforacure.com. My name is Brady Krizowitz, and today's guest, I had a pleasure of chatting with Laura Trissel. Thank you for tuning in.